Greetings dear viewers. In the previous session we have learned about the basic networking concepts, that is what is a network, what are the different types of network in terms of the size of the network, and today we'll be going on to learn about the basic networking devices which are essential for getting a fundamental idea regarding the OSI model and so on. So in the next upcoming class we'll be moving on to OSI model. So now let's see the bare bone essential networking devices we need to know in order to get started. So these are the basic networking devices that you need to learn about so that you get a fundamental idea of the networking world. So to start off, we could give a classification based on what we have learned in the last class. So the first three, switch, hub and bridge, can be categorized into a LAN network, or we can use to connect in between a LAN. So, and moving on, the repeater and router can be used to connect between WANs. You might see in some cases repeater can be used to connect LANs as well, because we need data retention in all these cases. So let's learn about switch by looking into an example. So I'm going to draw a computer network with 4 computers or nodes and a single switch. So here we have a local area network consisting of 4 devices or nodes, say P, Q, R and S, and we have a switch in between. The purpose of switch is to send a data packet from P to say S. So in order to do that, we need to identify that P and S, and this can be done by a specific thing called MAC address or MAC ID. So going on a bit about MAC ID, this is nothing but a hardware address or a physical address of a networking device. For say instance, if you have a computer named P, each and every computer must have a network card or an NIC. Most of nowadays these cards are embedded within the motherboard and we can't plug it out. So every NIC have a unique MAC address, which is to physically identify that device in a network. So what switch does is it intelligently memorizes each MAC ID, and when P say it need to send a data packet onto S, the switch just transfers or forward this packet onto S correctly, without having to go through any issues. It identify which one is S and transfer it directly. So one might think this is it's probably very basic and you don't need anything to transfer it, but it was not the case in the earlier time. Like back in the days, now we are going to speak about hub. Back in the days we have a thing called hub. So with the same example I'm going to explain hub. Hub is typically a dumb switch. It doesn't always know which device to send. So what it does is, in hub we don't have the concept of MAC address. So hub was a legacy version of a switch or an old one. So it doesn't have this MAC ID at all. So what it does is, suppose P need to send a packet onto S, it will send the packet, the switch will receive the packet and it will share a copy to say R, Q and S, and all these receive the same packet. So this creates some issues. Like say if you send a message to your girlfriend stating something and it gets received by both these other computers, it's a privacy issue. That's why we have bought on switch. Then you might be wondering, what is the use of hub? I also don't know what was the use of hub, because it was an old thing and now it seems stupid. So nowadays we rely on switch. Hub was for special use cases. For example, suppose we need to send, like say, a packet from P onto Q or onto any of the nodes, and we need to identify how much traffic does this one receives. And the constraint is that S does not have any software installed in it to monitor the amount of traffic it receives. So what can we do? If it is switch, there is a direct communication between P and Q. In case of hub, we can use the disadvantage to our advantage. Like say when it sent a packet to S, this packet is received by Q also. So you can identify from Q that how much packet or data has been received by S using some tools like say Wireshark in Linux. Just install the software on another node and you could get the information what all things have been received on S. So supposedly this is an example of why we use hub nowadays as well. So hope you get an idea of hub as well. Now we are moving on to the next device, that is repeater. Repeater, as the name suggests, is a network device that is used to repeat the signal that which has been lost or is going to be lost in the data
layer.
Now we are moving on to the next device, that is repeater. Repeater, as the name suggests, is a networking device which is used to, not amplify the signal, but used to copy the signal so that the signal can be regenerated in the state of data transfer between two nodes. The main important thing about repeater is signal strength. Is the aim of repeater is not to increase the signal strength or not to amplify the signal. Please note, you always miss this point. The only thing repeater does is when a data packet reaches a repeater, it just copies the data packet, which means it regenerates the bit and then just forward it to the next repeater or next router and so on. So this is the main purpose of repeater. Moving on, the next one is so the next device is bridge. Bridge is nothing but a repeater with an add-on functionality of Mach filtering. That is, it's a repeater with an added functionality of Mach filtering. In the previous class, we have learned that Mach is a unique physical or hardware address used to identify a piece of hardware in a network. To be specific, MAC address is a address of an NIC or network interface card. And here in bridge, it performs the duty of a repeater along with filtering these nodes. That is, bridge has the ability to restrict or allow any computer based on the MAC ID. So another thing to note is that bridge is a two-port device, which means data comes in through one port and goes out through another port. And also it acts on a data link layer. And to get an insight about data link layer, you have to go through OSI model. So we'll be covering the OSI model in the next class. So you will get an idea about that in the next class. So that's pretty much about bridge. Moving on, we'll be going to router. So before going on to router or router, bridge is used to connect two LAN devices, two or more LAN devices. So next is router. Router, as the name says, is used to route or change the accept or deny the flow of packets. Let me demonstrate or give you a little picture using an example. So here I'm going to use 4 nodes or computer device, and this device is connected to a switch followed by a transfer to the router, and let me depict. So this is a basic network diagram wherein we implement a router. A LAN connection is established here along with a switch and 4 nodes. Our purpose, the functionality of a router can be explained when, like say, if this is a device P and we have to go to say a website called Google, then we type in the URL plus enter. Then what happens is the request passes through a switch and switch forward it to the router. And what happens here is the request goes to the server of Google, and from there the results are collected and the packets are forwarded. The important thing to know is, since this is a world wide web, the packets are intended for different computers, and the purpose of router is, the router identifies the address called IP address. I hope everybody knows about IP address. IP address is nothing but an internet protocol address, which is uniquely used to identify a device or a node on the internet. That is, anything that is connected to the internet has a IP address. There can be two types, IPv4 and IPv6, which will be explained later in the classes. So moving on, the router knows the IP address of our system P, and what happens is, if a packet which is there to be collected by router has the same IP address, or the intended recipient of the packet is having the IP address of P, then the router collects that packet or accept that packet and forward it through the switch to the system P. Or else, if the IP address is not which was meant for P, then those get ignored. So this is a continuous process, and this happens to the router. So once again, a router routes packets through the LAN from the WAN. So I hope you understand about router, and with that we conclude our presentation. Hope you are having a fine day. Please do like our channel, subscribe, and thank you. See you in the next video.